to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
The heart of a warrior. What does it mean to be one? Determination, aggressiveness, overcoming. Teams depend on these hungry souls. It takes more than just strength. It takes more than just practice. There are so many warriors out there. So we return to crown a new champion. So squad up.
Looking for two, here comes Mythic around the corner. Great time out of first, he doesn't finish the kill. They've got killed towards the point. 5 more seconds is all that...
It's match day.
On this track, oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, still breathing, standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
He's still in the driver's seat of the series, but if Monolithic wants to make that change, now is a good time to start. Out of Knights Templar, a free 40 seconds, now another 15. They're gonna get basically a full 60 on P4.
Get out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
Hope is hope right
now. Oh, Lord! Oh, beat him, 7 League. Season 3 thus far. God damn it, I'm hyped. K7, you just got a treat here.
Yo, what is cooking, gamers? It is K7 winners semifinals, and I am here with McCarthy. McCarthy, what is cooking, my friend?
What is cooking, my friend? I'm hoping for a full Game 5 series. We've got two absolute titans in Millennium 7 in final form, getting ready to duke it out for a shot in winners finals. And I'm thankful to be casting it with you tonight, Chef.
Yeah, what an insane season it's been. A lot of talented players. And speaking of talented players, let's get right into the rosters for tonight. Who are we gonna see tonight for final form? We got Diff, Cells, Marxies, and Freaky. Let's hear some stats here. What's some backstories on these players here, McCarthy?
And let me tell you about these final form guys right here, bro. Marskies and Cells themselves alone cover such a phenomenal overall KD for this team to round it up. Marskies sitting at a 1.53 overall the entire season, and Cells with a 1.65 overall, just slightly above Marskies. These guys have been putting on an absolute show the entire season, and I don't think we're going to see anything different from tonight. I'm hoping we see some 2.0s coming out of these guys.
2.0s. I love to hear that. You know, the Slayers are where it's at, but you know, it's about the points too, right? The route man gets paid, as they say. You got to get the score on for your team. Let's look at our other team that we're going against here, Millennium 7. We got Careless, Risky, Spida, and She. I've seen Careless all around. This guy is nuts. Seriously, great competitor. The rest of his team, I'm sure, is gonna knock it out of the park. And speaking of that, let's hear some back stats on this team.
Yeah, another neat thing to touch on is the slang is also here with this team as well. Not to take anything away from Millennium 7, Fishy sitting at a 1.5 overall KD for Millennium 7. And a fun fact about these 8 players we're going to see tonight, Chef, 5 out of these 8 players in the lobby are sitting in the top 10 overall KD for K7. That is absolutely insane to think about. That is why this match is going to be such a heavy hitter for these two teams. And in my opinion, this is probably going to be the series of the playoffs.
Half of our heaviest hitters in the league. Five of the 8, yeah, of the top 10. I mean, seriously, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I'll get to see it here live tonight between the two teams. And where are we gonna see them? Let's get into the maps. So for our first map, we're going off to Fortress and then the Triple Hotel. As the gaming chef, I do love myself some hotel, some kitchen action. And if we can get all the way to the final map off to Mercado, you know, that Triple Hotel, talk to me about what you think it is these teams find so great in Hotel, and some good and some bad we might see out of seeing it 3 times in a row tonight.
I'm hoping we see some great AR action. As a former player and coach myself, I love seeing the ARs get into those heavy power positions and be able to lock down those lanes so the SMGs can clear out and slay for the remainder of the team. And to be honest with you, I think it just comes down to, honestly, a deep map pool for both teams. I think that is why the Vetoes ended up going this way, and we're testing each other's limits on maps like Hotel. We saw it in the last series with Millennium 7 going up against Monolithic, where they ended up having to go with a triple hotel similar to this. The only thing that was different about that series was the Game 5 went to a Fortress as well, but we did not end up seeing that, as we saw a 3-0 from Millennium 7 taking that against Monolithic. And that's just something neat that I think we're going to end up seeing here. Is I'm hoping we go all the way with 5 games.
Yeah, with the similar stat lines like you're saying, we got heavy hitters on both teams. I'd love to see some back and forth action, some round 11 S&Ds, all the way to Game 5, of course. What is some history with these teams? Do we have any stats on some game modes, any preferred modes that they're dominating on?
But just a neat stat to throw out there, neither of these teams have lost a hard point. in
Ooh,
K7 yet up to this. So coming out of this series, somebody's going to be a loser, regardless
it's
if it
gonna
goes
happen.
in 3 games or 4 games or even 5 games. Like I keep saying it, man. I'm going to beat this horse till it's more than dead. I want to see 5 games. I want to be able to see more than just the 2 maps that I've casted all weekend. So I think going into this too, if the match is tied 1-1 going into the control, I feel like whoever comes out of that control is going to end up winning the series.
Yeah, that control is always the big turning point. That third game mode that always gets tossed up before Call of Duty comes out. And with control, the main thing is about those killers, the getting them respawns knocked way down, and it's going to be on hotel. Like that's a big A/B flip. Everyone goes after A, they all die. You spawn on B. A huge apartment control. And you just out there slaying and slaying. And you ain't watching them respawns. It's just gonna over consume your team, and you're not gonna be able to refill and get in there and control those points. So I with both teams being so similar, I'm not sure if it's gonna be more of an attacking kind of control or a defending kind of control. So it really depends on how those killers can defend as well, not just so much they're attacking. And that could be the turning point. Like you said, whoever wins that control could take the series tonight.
I'm excited to check out the comms too when we get into this hard point here to see how both teams are sounding off the start. We did a listen in just a couple nights ago with Millennium 7 and Monolithic, and the guys in Millennium 7 were very calm and composed the entire time, and I feel like that's what you're going to need going into a long series. Like
Definitely.
we said, against both of these teams, either or.
Yeah, being calm 100%. Some people, they get down bad. They're just screaming. They're like, he's one hit, one hit, one hit. They're just repeating themselves like 7 times. Be like, just say what you got to say, get the information out there. Like, hey, careless, top stairs, 1 hit, done. Get him out of there. And then someone says, hey, I got him. They're like, I'll watch our back. You rotate. We got 30 seconds left. Start looking this direction. Let's all start pushing towards whatever. You got to get your team working together. It's all about that captain getting that team back on track when you're behind, because obviously there's going to be one team ahead, one team behind. And the way that these two teams are stacked, I feel like we're going to get that back and forth. So it's not about just how great they're going to defend tonight, but I think how they're going to be able to bounce back from behind.
I would have to agree, and I think that is a great transition into some keys of victory here that I have for each side. From Millennium 7, you got to be able to shut down Cells and Marxies. Like we talked about, these guys are leading KD right now for both of their teams, and then overall KD as well. Like we talked about, Marski sitting at a 1.53, and then Cell sitting with a 1.65 overall. So going into that, I feel like that's really what you need to do. You need to start heavy slaying if you're on the side of Millennium 7, and you need to be able to take this S&D if you want a chance. Final Form has looked phenomenal in the S&D, and we saw a couple nights ago, if you were here for that series against Monolithic with Millennium 7, they kind of struggled against Monolithic, especially with the level of talent that is on this team that we have seen throughout the season. We need to be able to see something out of them. For the side of Final Form, same thing. You need to be able to shut down the Slayers in Careless and Risky, and you need to be able to take over that Slay power. Continue to dominate the respawn like they have the entire year. So I guess it goes to safe to say, the S&D is going to end up winning the championship here.
Of course. Yeah, S&D is always the one, it kind of combines everything, right? Like hard point, it's about controlling the point. And then you got S&D, it's about getting the control of the point, getting the kills, getting your trades. We got snipers at a possibility out there. Always interested to see that. Strategies are huge in S&D, and it's always that map 5. So when it comes down to it, you got to have that S&D set. But I believe our players are ready as we get in. Let's talk about our predictions. What are you feeling for the series tonight?
I said it once, I said it twice, I said it thrice, and I'm going to say it again, Chef. I hope we're cooking up a Game 5 here, man, and I'm hoping that it ends up going the way of Millennium 7. You got 3 top Slayers right now. You got 3 top overall guys here coming into it. I'm hoping they can pull it out here.
I would agree with you, but I gotta go on the other side of Final Form. I've been seeing them everywhere. They're out here practicing. They're slaying it out. They're cooking it up. So I think Final Form can take it 3-2. I know Careless with the back on a Millennium 7 can definitely do a great job. But, I will play the other side here on Final Form going 3-2. But here we are. We're cooking it up. The players are in there. We are going right off the start. Final Form with a few points on the deck. Millennium 7 trying to get on the point as well. A little back and forth as they set up to get on to P2.
Yeah, great early execution here by Millennium 7. They had a favorable spawn off the rip here. They were able to get an initial 5 points, but now you take a look at that minimap. The minimap is heavily favored right now for red. Freaky picking up 2, pushing these guys back even further into their spawn. You see number 6 spawning deep now away from these guys in the hill here, and I like so far what I'm seeing. We're staying on board here with Freaky, currently working on a 5 streak. He's working towards that cruise missile, and if you know anything about this map, that cruise missile is going to be a phenomenal game changer here. He is going to fall, though, so he is going to fall short of that. That is the caster's curse, unfortunately. And we're going to be rotating over here to Gallows. Coming up here, allowing Millennium 7 to pick up the rotation time here. Final scrap time, and early on, we're already seeing Final Form take over.
Yeah, and I do love how Final Form, they were working not only the point, but the spawns. Like you said, they had them spawn up there in the top right. It's not just, you know, kill them and then just stand there. It's kill them, move up, kill them, move up. Get your players in the right position so they can refill if they need to, so they can rotate out to the next point. You see here, Millennium 7 is just slaying out a bit, but they're not pushing them out of that spawn. They're keeping them away from P3, though, as we see Spida all the way out here on the top right, getting ready for the next spot. And Bishy makes a huge kill on Freaky, looking for this next point, as it is so hard to break this P3. And look at him already set up, and Final Form has to push through the most difficult positions in the game to try and take this point. Look at Diff right there on the archway, trying to break in. No, sir, you ain't getting in that way. We got 3 Final Forms coming in from the top side, working it in. It is only Bishy in the point. Oh my gosh, there's one left. He's trying to refill it. Ah, that's it.
It looked so good for Final Form. They had the close spawn, they had the numbers, but they just can't break into P3 here, and now we are seeing the clock tick favored towards the side of Millennium 7. This is great right now. If you're Millennium 7, you're soaking up this time, and kind of like you were talking about, to bounce off that a little bit, P2 coming in over to P3, it is so difficult to break this hill, and Millennium 7 right now, they're doing a great job at holding this, and now rotating over to P4. You see these guys already coming over here. They know how important this hill is. This is a great money hill, but this also can be the deciding factor here for this initial rotation.
Yeah, Millennium 7 had enough to get right up there, back tied up as they set up on this next point. This next one's really hit or miss. It's all about, you know, the trophies, keeping them out and pushing up out of the building. Don't let them enter the building. You got to control the whole area, and there's just so many entry points. It's so difficult to do. Millennium 7 slayed out here, and you see the players starting to spread out as well.
I mean, what else could you ask right now from the side of Millennium 7? Other than to get a little bit more of the hardpoint time here, they are letting this sit white right now. So they're not really too worried about hopping into it yet. They're wanting to get the initial map control as they do now. They take down 3. They're looking for this last member in Diff in the background. And look at the minimap now. Those players are spawning out. They're spawning out towards P3. And with 18 seconds left, if you're Final Form, you just got to give this up. You just got to rotate to new.
Yeah, Bishy's in a great spot to push that spawn out, and he knows exactly what he's doing, shooting from behind. And when you get behind them, every other player then has to kill you. You are a must kill. You cannot progress past the map if you're there. And there you see he falls. That opens up Final Form to get this point. They're winning their gunfights left and right, but they have to push out. You've seen Bishy spawned real close. It was able to get in there, though, as Freaky tries to gain this whole side control of the map. Great kills there. Diff now mixing up the spawn, and like I said, he's a must-kill position right now, but Risky spawns right in behind, takes an easy kill as they try to wipe him out of the spot. Final Form's filling in really well. 50-50 gunfights, but Final Form got the spawn, so they're going to end up with this point now, less than 30, as the rotations will start to begin here. Looking like Freaky wanted to go for a move, but he gets taken out.
Yeah, Diff right now is just Diff on his own himself. He is the buff right now for Final Form, sitting at 14 and 11, doing his own thing right now in the hill, soaking up that time. I really like what I've seen so far out of the side of Final Form. If we can, I'd like to hop into a listening with the side Final Form.
I'm getting
I'm going through.
I'm probably done time.
Benches, watch out, behind you, Tom.
It's close right. That's one.
Benches, weak. Close up, close up.
I'm sitting top stone. I want to hear you.
One's green.
One should be on P1.
Hold on. I'm just
One is
trying to
upstairs.
Give me a second.
One is upstairs right now. One outer P1.
Bottom door. Kustav,
Holding one door. Holding. All right, listen. One's holding.
One shot, low dub, yeah.
This guy holding one door.
Upstairs.
Green down.
One stop.
Oh, yeah, I
Alright.
spawned back.
Two times.
Back 30 time.
Someone back again. Top
I'm
my
okay,
rails.
one.
Upstairs, Angel.
Low, one's behind you, right?
They're not wood, bro.
Yo, close.
All right, that was some pretty good comms, honestly. They were pretty fast, pretty specific, not too all over the place. You know, I liked it. What do you think, McCarthy?
Yeah, not exactly where I feel like they're wanting to be right now. You see the scoreline right now within 8, and they're spawning out right now towards P3. The comms to me sounded a little frantic. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely sounded like that they were uncomfortable right now. And Millennium 7 doing their thing, and Risky almost picks up a huge 3, but it doesn't matter. Spida is able to get 3, and look at the spawns now. They are still in the favor of Millennium 7, but Final Form is right there on the bottom side of the map, and with just a quick 3 or 4 down, this could easily just flip.
Yeah, Careless is holding off the building very well, though. Nice must-kill position. Marxie's trying to get in there, gets stunned out. They know where he's at, just has to easily take him off of the column. There we go. He falls down. Rotations looking like they're starting to come through. Cells clears out that back area, and that's looking like a Final Form 60 possibly coming their way. Everyone's spread out very well. Marxies is up there. The buffer to try and get them through. Diff falls down. Here we go. Ooh, wow, that's a big kill there. If they just push here 3 men deep, I don't know if Freaky can take them all.
Look at the spawns now for Final Form. This is not what you want to see. Cells picks up a huge 2, though. All 4 members were just here a second ago. Did a great job on this rotation of getting out early from P2 to getting over here this time. But it's not even like it matters anymore, as 3 is getting picked up from Millennium 7. And now look at the spawns now. Spawning out for the side of Millennium Form was Freaky before he is found. But it doesn't even matter now. As I say, that Final Form's already taken back control of the hill. How are they still spawning here? How are they still in the hill?
Millennium 7, they just didn't push up. They all went onto the hard point and didn't get past it. Careless had a beautiful double nade to take it over. You know, trophies are huge on this point because that's the main way you're going to get in there, is off of stuns, off of grenades, and just try to make some quick moves. But here we go, 15 seconds left. Some of Millennium 7 was still pushing in there. The Final Form, pretty much, you just got to give it to them. And start rotating out. And I already see 2 Final Form members. Oof. Make that 1 on the next point. Millennium 7 looking like they might have this, if they can control these spawns, but it's looking pretty sporadic all over the map.
Yeah, this is where it's starting to get a little chaotic now. You see that the clock is still working towards a little bit. They still got some time here, but still looking at about a 45, 47 point difference now. Make it 46. Lead right now for Millennium 7 is Freaky is snapping. He is getting freaky on it right now against Millennium 7. He is doing his thing before he falls to Mars Skies, and I like what I'm seeing right now. The slaying is here right now. The comms were sounding great for the side of them. I like what I'm seeing so far out of these guys. I'm hoping that they're able to convert on this time, though. As you see, the spawns were working for them, but now with 3 dead, they should be spawning out here in a moment.
Yeah, it's all going to be on this next point. Millennium 7 is a 1 full hill away from winning this Final Form. Needs to step this back up. Honestly, everyone on the teams are doing pretty fairly their job. You know, like Marxies is kind of falling behind on the KD, but he has that 50 seconds on the hill, so I'm not bashing him on that. Everyone's pretty much doing their job, really, and I feel like it's coming down to how they're controlling the spawns, because everyone's very talented. I'm seeing Final Form, a lot of red there in the kill feed, trying to control this, but look at the spawns all over. We had Bishy spawning in behind, because we had Thorn in the side there, able to take it. Wow, that's a full wipe.
That's a full wipe for the side of Millennium 7 now. Now, they can't win it here, Chef. They are going to have to go to another hard point after this, but they're going to be within 3 points if they're able to hold it. But as I say that, 3 quickly fall for the side of Millennium 7. Careless now. You are a lone man at this point trying to break this, and nothing to do there. But kind of like we were talking about at the start of this, you really need to slow and cancel out the slaying power for either side, and right now both teams are doing a phenomenal job of that, and I like what I'm seeing so far. Cell sitting with a minute 16, Diff with a minute 7, and Hill. You like what you're seeing so far out of your guys over on the other side as well. Millennium 7, almost 3 players with a minute and Hill. These guys are playing so close together to get those trades so they're able to maintain control of the map. Right now, you gotta love what you're seeing out of both teams, but as the score shows right now, it's all Millennium 7.
Yeah, Millennium 7, I love that they kept control of that hill and pushed that spawn into the right side of the map, and that kept their positioning into this next hill.
Number two.
But
Number two
Final
spawning
Form
out.
is pushing in hard. Look at this, 24 points left. Final Form just hit the 2 hundos. But Millennium 7's, all 4 are together. It looks like they're all going to hit this. There's no way Diff can come out of this alive. They can take it right here. They have the full spawns all to the left side. Oh, and there's one spawning right there, all as far away as possible. Both of them get him out of the point. We got Bishy trying to get it, but he gets taken out now. Oh my gosh, it's off to the next hill now. We're not playing for this one anymore.
That is right, Chef. Now, Millennium 7 cannot win it anymore off of this, so we are going to go to Gallows here. Look at the spawns
so
coming in
far.
for the side of Final Form. Number 5, Bishy, he's spawning all the way out. This is going to be damn near almost impossible for the side of Millennium 7, but as we've seen so far in this series, anything is possible. And just as I said that they break through, but Freaky picks up 2. That's 3 down. That's 4 down for the side of Millennium 7. This is going to be a free 10 to 15 seconds for this side of Final Form, and they're spawning out.
Yeah, Millennium 7 still has to get in there. There's still a lot of time on the clock, though. You know, there's 33 seconds comparatively to the 7 seconds Millennium needs. I think what they need to do is stretch this out as long as they can and get this next hill that they can't break very easily. There we go, one-man show. Spitted trying to get in there, can't get it. Bishy now.
Oh my god.
It's just keep
my
them
God.
off it. Keep them off it now. 4,
Oh my
3, 2. Oh my gosh, it's tied up.
They won't win off of this, though. They're going to have to rotate, but Millennium 7 is going to continue to hit this, though. Look at number 5.
They ain't got it.
5 on your mini-map.
Oh, Marksy spawned right on it. Marksy spawned right on it.
Oh my god.
All right, here we go. Rotating out. There's no one. It's only Final Form. They're going to take this off of a random spawn from Marksy's.
God.
Here we go. Map 1 could have went either way. 250, 248. Final Form. Oh my goodness.
Chef, I told you I hope we're cooking up a Game 5, but man, I did not need you to cook this early in this series.
Oh, wow. I'm glad it happened. You know, it came down to only needing a handful of points. 7 away. You know, they played it. I feel like Millennium 7 played it quite well. You know, waiting for that next point, but no one was over there to rotate, and Marksy's like just happened to be like, oh, you know what? I'm here. I'll just win the game. The rest of his teammates spawned on him with squad spawn technology, and that was it. Wrapped it up. And that's not to, you know, talk down on the fact that both of these teams did absolutely amazing through that. Millennium 7 obviously had a nice head start. They had the head up the whole way. They kept control up until the very end. It seemed like a strat kind of fell through. What do you summarize this game at we just seen?
Chaos. Absolute and utter chaos. I have no words for that. If that is what we are gonna get for this entire series, bring it on. We are for this. Absolute mayhem the entire time, and this is exactly what you wanted out of both sides. I mean, what else can you really say about that?
I mean, you can say that Final Form is they're doing it. They're doing it. It don't matter if they're down by 100, if they're down by 1. They're still pushing it. And honestly, Millennium 7, they were pushing it too. Honestly, it really just came down to that random spawn at the end. Maybe Millennium 7 could have pushed that second to last hill a little harder and went for the win there. They might have been playing their buffer a little too safely. Like I said, you know, they had a bunch of time to pick their decision, what they were going to do, but maybe they waited a little too long on that decision. But I mean, you lose by 2 points. That's still a win, honestly, right? It's pretty much a tie in the end. But obviously, Final Form came back and got the 250. So we're off to a triple hotel. So, you know, how do we bring this into S&D? What are some strengths you've seen and some weaknesses that could come out here in this next S&D?
So let's pack our bags and let's move to the hotel. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see not as much chaos as we did coming out of map 1. I think we are going to see now a slower paced S&D coming out, especially for the side of Millennium. Kind of like what I touched on at the start of the broadcast is these guys struggled against Monolithic Gaming the other night, winning that S&D 6-4 though. Now I know that scoreline may sound, still pretty convincing, but with like we talked about, with the level of talent that we had on the side of Millennium 7 versus Monolithic, it should have been a blowout, maybe a 6-0 or even a 6-1 at that point. So I haven't seen a whole lot from Final Form, but Chef, that is the first map loss for Millennium 7 this entire series. This entire
you're
season,
saying.
I mean.
Hardpoint or just in general?
In general. They have been undefeated up until this point. Now, granted, they had their stats buffed a little bit with a couple forfeits, but nonetheless, still winning about 7 straight maps is just something that still is just flawless to see out of a team. And with this level of talent, like I said, we're seeing now, this really is going to go either way.
Hey, like you said before, that both teams were undefeated in hardpoint, and M7 undefeated altogether. So someone had to lose there, and I gotta say that was the best way to lose, right? I mean, I guess he could have been 249, 250, but that was good. That was good. But the players are ready. We're loading in. Hotel S&D. Shout out to all the amazing viewers out there, 50 plus in the K7 group. Love all of you coming out watching this amazing gameplay, and I feel like the amazingness is just getting turned up. We're gonna see more and more here. S&D, here we go. Let's get cooking. We got the kitchen out, we got the restaurant ready. Let's see it.
I think both of these teams are ready to throw all the pots and pans out of this and get down and dirty into it. Final Form are coming alive right now, and as we saw towards the end of that hard point, I think they're ready to cook. They're hitting their final form, as some would say. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. This bomb looking towards like they're wanting to go away, but kind of undecided a little bit as they're aware that some of these Millennium 7 players are lurking around here.
Yeah, B's looking free 99 right now, and Freaky is the rotation door opener. He's going to read this, see where he wants to go. Diffie rocking the sniper. I mean, we cut to him just in time to see that we don't really know where he was aiming there, but he pulled the trigger at least. Some snipers, they look at you and don't pull the trigger, so I'll give him that at least. Marxies is up here. They're down 3-4. I got to say, it's almost undefeated that whoever wins hardpoint loses the first round in S&D. And Millennium 7 is definitely stacked to get that here. It looks like Risky is sniffing out Freaky. Knows kind of what's going on there, just inching up. Marxie's pretty surrounded here. Carrier, very close, trying to get in there, but everyone's outnumbered in their own way.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Now we're seeing a 2v3 coming in for the side, making a 1v3 now for Mars Skies, and bomb is not going to go down here as it looks like Marskis is prone to die here any second now, but
yeah, he's about to run right into the front of Risky.
Yeah, but it looks like he's just going to play his life here and just let it be. First round, Millennium 7.
Yeah, it's almost undefeated for the team that lost hardpoint to win the first round of S&D. It could continue. I'd love to see the nice back and forth. So let's see.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to see a little bit more of a faster pace round coming out of the side of Final Form here on their defense. We saw it the other night. Defense was really playing really aggressive as compared to offense, which is kind of funny when you think about it. But that's just how the S&D goes in this game. We're seeing, like I said, we're going to see a fast, aggressive push here coming out of Millennium 7. He's going to be able to get this one. He's not aware of the player that's out to his right, so he is going to be traded out. But Chef, they're already in your domain. They're here in the kitchen, and
yes, they are.
Already seen all the info
is in there.
He knows Bishy's on the bomb here. He's just going to snake him, and Bishy doing his best selling impression that he can before he is taken out. And now Risky left alone in a 1v3 with bomb down.
Yeah,
he to work with though.
It was 1v3ing there in the kitchen, and like you said, the sneaking around, it was working. He was cooking in there, and they just wouldn't let him cook. They wanted him out of there. Now Risky's going to try and get in with the AR in SMG land, and I don't think it's going to play out well for him. There it is.
He looked like Jalen Hurts on that last play right there, the Super Bowl last night. They gave him the room to let him cook, and they shut it down and said, get out of here. We're all tied up after 2.
There we go. Wait for it. They all played for that bomb site. Beautiful.
Yeah,
off to the next round.
Great idea there to play close together, obviously, within the bomb, so that way they did not have a chance of getting that. That's kind of basic S&D knowledge, but you'd be surprised some of these teams lack just basic knowledge for coming to the game.
Yeah, Cells, 4 kills. I think he killed all of them, didn't he?
Almost. I believe he only got 3.
There we go. Deddy popped. Got it nice and early. Right through the door. Oh, what a read! What a read! There's no way. Oh my gosh, he's hacking. I mean, there it is.
That's just next level awareness on the side of Cells here. He's going to play his life now, working towards that cruise 3v3 here, and all these players, they rotated completely off of A, and I think Final Form is considering rotating back to A. Figure all these guys are going to go away, and
yeah, that's always a good play. You know, hit B hard and loud, but then go towards A. It's looking like Spida might sniff this one out as he works towards that direction.
What a read.
Big kill here from Freaky. All headies, but it is slightly defended here. I mean, 1 kill, it's tied up, but he's going to fall. Cells gets it, and that's a 1v3. Final Form 2 in a row now. Millennium 7 needs to answer this next one.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we're going to start to see a little bit more of aggressiveness coming out of each side, especially when it comes to defense, kind of like we talked about the other night. We've seen teams more heavily favored to be offensive on the defense side and more defensive on the offense side, and it just was not looking out well for the side of Millennium 7 off of that. They got the first blood, and then they were traded out instantly by the side of Final Form and gave up complete control of A side, and before the final kill came in, they were able to get that bomb down, so Bishy was kind of lost regardless.
Yeah, in this S&D, you know, we're in the 4th round. We have yet to see a bomb go down. I think it's just because how hungry these two teams are. They know that they need to be competitive after how close that hard point was. Freaky, going to be able to catch a body from behind. One more in there. Not sure if he knows it. I think he just picked up an SMG. Perfect for Careless, who's just chilling, waiting for him to come by. This COD definitely favors being the one waiting. No harm in that for S&D. There we go. Careless was able to catch one in his strat up top. Cells now trying to work his way through. Deddy is popped. Is he going to climb up the ladder? Is Careless ready for it? Looks right over. There it is. Oh, man, Cells, if you just pulled your gun up immediately, you would have been ready for it. That's a full team out. Millennium 7 answers the 2 in a row from Final Form as we're tied up into the 5th round.
Yeah, great execution here on the side of Millennium 7. We saw them get aggressive pretty early and get that bomb down, and had a couple players stomping below Careless, and he was able to sniff those players out and get those players taken out on top room. And you're liking what you're seeing so far. These guys are playing great. They're playing close quarters and able, if they need to get a trade, they're able to get a trade and continue to have that map control like we talked about in the first map that both teams did a phenomenal job of having, and then they'd trade it back and forth. And they're doing the same here in the S&D with trading these rounds.
Yeah, each one's doing, you know, slightly different strats. I love that I'm not seeing the same exact thing every time. That's what's going to be able to make this go back and forth. But here we go. The Deddy was popped. The shots came out a little bit back and forth. It is 2 and 2. I mean, the bodies are just dropping so fast. The bomb just doesn't have a chance to make a move.
Yeah, with all that action that happened, we're now in a 1v2 on board here with Diff. Bomb down.
Possibly catch one from behind.
Seconds. Yeah, he may be able to sniff Spida out, but he's working his way. He does not have Deddy, as you can see in that bottom right corner. He is building up that Deddy. Got about 10 more seconds or so, maybe 15, and he's going to take this long route here. And
yeah, no bomb.
Sure if either of these Millennium players are aware.
You got to pick up this bomb. He has to put it down. I don't know. He has yet to pick up a kill too. We also need to point that out. Hotel better be his map because we're going to see it 2 more times. He breaks through this window. Was not looking. No, you got to clear the room, my friend. You got to clear the room. That's the top room to be in. That is the GOAT room. You got to be up there, so you know you got to check it out. You got to shoulder it. He just full sprint. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I believe he had a stun as well, or even a nade to stun check the room, but I don't think he was clutching that regardless. His teammate was right below him, and I feel like that trade would have come in almost instantly. And Diff on the side of Final Form, sitting on a goose egg right now at 0-4. Hop on board with him to see if he can change that around.
Yeah, I think it would really just change if that bomb gets down. And they're not even going that direction, so I don't think he's going to pick up a kill here. Possibly from Careless, as we see some action here. Risky throwing some shots down. Just barely couldn't get it done now. 3-3 as Cells. Oh, Diff did catch a kill. There you go. It caught the man rotating. Careless still over there. You know,
Freaky's
3-3.
going to be able to see this bomb now, but he's not going to be able to get the angle on it that he wants.
Oh.
And a team kill coming in from the side of Final Form. This is not what you need. The number 4 on Final Form is behind Careless, but I don't know if he's aware that he's up on this rafter, and should
Diff
be able
is
to be
walking
taken
right
out
into a
side here
trap.
too. He is indeed, and as
yep.
we say that now, a 1v3 for the side. Final Form, Mars, you have your work cut out for you with the clock working against you and the players knowing where you are.
It's 3 in a row.
3 in a row for the side. Or excuse me, 3 in a row for, yeah, Millennium 7. Sorry, I'm not sure where I was going with that, to be exact. But 3 rounds in a row now for Millennium 7. Moving up now to a 2-round lead. And within 2, sending us to a map 3 and be tied up.
Yeah, Millennium 7 really killing it here. Final Form, you know, they're getting stuck in these 1vx situations. You know, Diff did catch a kill there. Marxies both sitting on an asparagus stick of 1 kill. I think they need to play the bomb. They need to play this a little more slowly. You know, take the information first. As we've seen, Marxies just got the stun, just hit the nade. He knows what's going on over there. It's just a full-out Avengers clash as they all go in here. As we see now, 2v2. Like, what did you benefit from that? Besides, now there's only 2 players going when you could have had all 4. I feel like they could just play this a little smarter. Marxies falls, Freaky falls. Oh, look at that. Millennium 7 again walks it through.
It just kind of seemed like Final Form just wanted to go all in on that, and they started to, and then it worked out for them towards the end. But in the first half, they were kind of getting got, not going to lie, by Millennium 7. But kind of like you were touching, I'm not sure what that play call was there. Should have just went all the way through to Kitchen and tried to get that bomb down. It's up close. They're winning these gunfights, but not sure why they're not taking advantage of that.
Yeah, they're winning the gunfights, but they're getting traded is the issue. You have to win it and not get traded. Like, they're running out into the open, getting a kill and getting killed immediately. They need to play it more methodically. They have to use their strats to their advantage. See, like right now, look at Final Form. They're staying back. They're being defensive because they're on the defending side. Play for the bomb. It's not just TDM. Let's see a little more S&D action as it is all towards the kitchen. Everyone rotating in. Careless will be the last one in here. It's going to be an all-out brawl inside, but Final Form should have this defense.
Yeah, one would think that, but we have seen crazier things, so should not be quick to jump to conclusions. And Diff just gets absolutely gunned by Risky. The amount of gun skill you have to hit that. Risky now left alone in a 1v2. He knows both of these players are here. Spots him, takes out one. He's got plenty of time, but that bomb is down. He's got 35 seconds to work with here.
I love that he saved his ego. He didn't chow it at 20 health. Like that's a professional right there. He knows when to back off and pick his fights. Able to pick up the bomb, looking to put it down quickly, possibly, but Cells is making a move.
Yeah, I don't think Cells was aware that that bomb was down and that Risky had to come to him.
Peeks it. Oh, gets away from it again.
He gets it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an ego chow there. I think he just had to chow it because if he didn't shoot back, he was going to get collapsed on. It's really his only option. Final Form finally gets back on the board after losing so many in a row. Millennium still on a match point, but Final Form here, 3 on, and a bomb for the first time here tonight goes down.
Yeah, and just a key note to point out here, Cells has a cruise missile in his backpack, so it'll be interesting to see when that will come into use. It's going to be a little bit hard to maneuver either one of those in the kitchen or down there outside of the hotel room, so it'll be interesting to see what they elect to do here with it. Let's stay on board here with Cells to see if he elects to use that cruise.
Yeah, I love that. So their players all picked it up that round. You know, got that win. Final Form looking like it might be a B route, but Millennium 7's making a lot of progress on this map, but none of them are up towards B, and that's exactly where they're running through. That's going to be a nice kitchen round for him. Cells with a double off of the kill streak, and those are the untraded kills Final Form has been hunting for, and I think they're going to find it in the fridge here, but Risky taking off Diff right off the start. Freaky looking for the trade, but like I said, runs right out into the open and gets traded immediately.
Oh my.
1v1. How did that happen?
He just quickly ran into it. Spider was able to get the trade that jumped out of Back Kitchen, and then he was able to get that ego chow onto the final player in that corner. Daddy Pop for Cells, and he may be able to catch Spider off guard here.
Yeah,
He sees the
Oh,
toes.
there's the toes.
He sees the toes. He's gonna play with
he
him.
takes the piggy toe off. He's out of here. No. Oh my gosh.
2 in a row now for Final Form. That cruise missile almost didn't even end up mattering as it ended up coming down to that 1v1. They got the initial 2 and then flooded into Kitchen and almost instantly lost the advantage to it with the players that were sitting on back patio. And Chef, we're cooking up a round 11 almost here. We got one more round here for the side of Final Form. And like I was telling you, man, I want to see a game 5. I want to see a round 11 regardless. So
Of course.
I'm hoping Final Form are able to get it here, but they are going to be on defense. They got some work to do. So let's see what they're able to do here. As you see now on the mini-map, A is completely cleared. There are no players on the side here, and Millennium 7 are just checking this out to try to sniff out any players. They're not aware that there are
Yeah, they're
no
taking too
players
much
over
time here. I think they should have put that bomb down. They're all collapsing in. You know, change that timer, drop it by 30 seconds, put that bomb down, make them come to you because they're going to come anyway. But now they're coming there at their speed. They're able to slowly get around. There's not that timer ticking in their ear. You know, a Freaky catches that kill off a Risky untraded, right? That's what Final Form needs to start working towards, these untraded kills up ahead. They're up a man. The bomb is still not down. Now B is clear. Millennium really taking their time here. I mean, let's see this bomb get somewhere.
Yeah, I'm unsure if Bishi is aware that he has the bomb here, but
That's the worst.
he was able to push all the way up through, and now he gets one. And they're going to be aware now that this B side is open. They're going to be able to take quick control of this and set up for the 2v3 here, or the 3v3 here, excuse me. That bomb is going to go down.
Set up the
Spit Up
trap.
makes it a 3v2. Bishi wins a huge gunfight against Diff, and that is it. Millennium 7 tying up the series here 1-1 to go into the control. Chef, I'm smelling this series going the distance, my friend.
Yeah, that S&D, I feel like it was just too much of a Clash of the Titans type deal. Everyone just going out, and whatever happened, happened. And Millennium 7, I feel, kind of played S&D a little more than Final Form did. And Final Form was just like, oh, let's get kills, let's slay them out, let's just stick together. The Millennium 7's like, hey, you know, let's do that a couple times, and we'll win. You know, we'll do that a couple times. And, you know, they had, 3-4 in a row. And it's so hard to come back from that. Final Form just had such an uphill battle. You know, they were playing off a game point for a couple rounds. And, you know, you make one mistake and you're out. That kill streak puts them ahead 4-2. And then, you know, they drop into a 1v1. And it just came to taking some toes off. And you know, I liked it. I feel like no one really underperformed too much. You know, everyone bounced back that was underperforming, and it just seemed like Final Form was getting into it a little too late.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I'm hoping we can continue the momentum going into map 3. But real quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Control, not going too far on Hotel.
All right, gamers, we are back from our very professional commercial break. I hope that you bought all of the advertisements because that's what K7 is showing you there. Some amazing gameplay before of our previous match there. And we're going to go off to, we got Hotel. And then guess what after that? We got Hotel. So I sure hope these players know how to play some nice Hotel. As Millennium 7 showed that they know what's going on and they can play a nice kitchen. Yeah, Control, talk to me about Control. What are you thinking here in this next one?
I'm interested to see what we see from the side of Final Form. We saw a great Control out of Millennium 7 the other night. I'm just hoping they don't end up getting 1v4'd again on the point. But we look like we're getting into the Control here, so I'm excited to see. I'm hoping the slaying continues from the sides of each team respectively. Mars notably having a rough S&D there, going 3-8. I'm hoping to see him bounce back here and live up to that hype we were talking about at the start of the series with that 1.53 overall KD. Chef, you know me, I like my stats, man, and
yes, sir.
Stats don't lie, so this guy's going to be our guy to watch, I feel like. So let's go ahead and let's hop on board with Mars here as soon as we can to see how we can kick off this Hotel.
Yeah, these players are ready. We're ready as well. Final Form Millennium 7 tied up in the series. After this, if you lose, that's it. We got the finals coming up as well. And what else could you want than a K7 championship cup on your back? Because I can't think of much better, honestly.
No, other than a CDL championship here, besides what you're playing for here, the Pride immediately 3 down as we're talking about it for the side of Millennium 7. And this point immediately is captured and goes over to the side of Final Form. They're moving quick. They're moving aggressive. This is exactly what you want to see out of the boys. And look at the spawns at the top of the map. They're getting those close spawns, but Risky is there to cut down one. Looking to get a second. No chance there. This tick is already moving up.
Yeah, B captured very quickly, and you know how it goes. You get killed on one, you spawn on the other. It's exactly what we've seen. A did not get any ticks on it. Millennium 7 was able to work their way up there. There's only 2 men defending it, and Final Form is all right there surrounding. There we go, Millennium 7 able to respawn in the back. It's a full Avengers clash again, as it normally is. It could go either way, but it's looking like it's going all red. That is in their favor. They're on the point. There's 3 players on that position. That's going to tick this so fast. It's halfway through already. Progression looking on the second tick. There it is. As some players
go here.
Leave it.
Oh, the hesitation.
5 spree from Marxies as he finishes it up. Final Form. Here we go.
Moving quick and moving fast. I'm not sure if the audience or yourself, Chef, were paying attention to that minimap. Mars actually went on a flank through the middle of the map, and he was able to pick up 2. And they were able to get 3 down off of that 2-piece alone. And they were able to hop onto this after they got the 4th almost immediately after. But the hesitation from the side of Millennium 7 is not what you want to see. I understand at this point is a little bit tough and a little bit difficult to break, but you gotta go. You gotta use your stuns, you gotta use your nades, and you gotta end up trading one another.
Yeah, I didn't like that all of Millennium 7 was on B. And literally everybody knows if you're all on one point and you die, you're spawning on the other one. And you see Final Form, their defense right now, it's split, right? And it needs to be. You split it 2-2 until you know which one they're hitting hard, then you go 3-1. It's almost how you always do it. And that one on the other point is looking for any rotations. And, Final Form is still doing that. They're down bad here on this point, but they're still split. Usually A is the spot you lose. Freaky, though, went pretty hot. Marxie's going hot as well. That completely turned that around. A was almost free, and Marxie's just takes it over. Wow.
Yeah, a fat flank out of Freaky really opening up that point back to him to allow Final Form to regain control here, no pun intended, of the A point to be able to fix up their defense a little bit. And now you look at the kill feed, red until Bishy picks up that kill on Mars. Looking like we're going to be able to see a closer round this time around as compared to the first time we saw. Millennium 7 should be able to get this A point capped. No hesitation anymore. Mars, however, is going to be watching this exit here. He may be able to catch Spida and Risky off. He does get into one gunfight here. He does have a teammate close to trade, but I think they're just going to back off of this. They're not going to try to initiate this fight. But never mind, as I say that, Risky says, screw that. I'm ego challenging this dude, and just gets absolutely gunned by Mars. And Mars is reading this perfectly. He has sniffed out Spida, and he takes him out in the back of the spawn, working on a streak himself here. And this is all you want to see right now from the side of Mars, or excuse me, from the side of Final Form. And Mars, seeing a great control here right now out of him. And Jeff, you really couldn't have asked for anything.
Final Form is they set up a wall pretty much. They can't really get into this B site, and when they do, they're just taken off. The whole team slowly crept in there. Some trades coming through. Careless in a great spot, but hops into the open. That ain't gonna cut it. Risky, the last man over there. That's it. They just got wiped out, and we're off to looking at respawns. 19-12. Final Form pushes up too. Let's talk about how beautiful that is. It's not just sit back on your wall on B. You've seen that full team wipe. You know that you have to move up, push that spawn back into the corner, and a huge kill here from Marskis, and that's what you want to see. But Millennium 7 opens a hole as they try to get over to this site. Final Form, though, still some nice spawns. Cells is there to take it, and there it is again. B is freed up. Final Form has the defense. Timer's ticking. Respawn's not in their favor. I don't see it happening.
Nah, Mars Keys here, as chat continues to bully me about how to say his name properly, has just taken over this game. He has 17 kills to himself. The rest of his team together, 24. This guy is putting on a clinic right now, and like you talked about, pushing those players back deep into the spawn to make these Millennium 7 players spawn out deep. That's exactly what you want right now. They're getting 3 down. They're getting those wipes. They're pushing up further to make these guys spawn not only deeper in their spawn, but further away from that last remaining point. This is what you love to see right now if you're a fan of Final Form.
Yeah, absolutely amazing for Final Form there. And look at the KD of Mars Skies, okay? This guy is on a 5 streak. Marquise here is just doing an amazing job. I gotta say, he's the man. He's the man.
Yeah, Mars is doing it all right now. Sitting at a 3.0 KD with him within his team. And as we say that now, Millennium 7 quick onto this A point here to stop the bleeding. They must be hearing us talking about him, Chef. They don't like what they're hearing so far. So I'm hoping we can get things to shift up here. Let's hop into a listen-in with the side of Millennium 7.
Glitch.
Shot A on me.
Then?
2-3A, bro.
3A.
One guy's connector, one middle point, one right god heady.
One close connector in time.
Push out deep left, okay, guys?
He's like in the low side.
I'm coming shiny with you. I'm throwing a trophy down.
Cat, one shot, guys.
Weak in the middle. One guy on it. Or 2 on it now. We have to get on.
I got one. I got both.
Nice. They're spawning.
We got cat room on me. I heard him.
Kitchen on you guys.
Kitchen dead.
I have all your mid, guys.
Heard you. One more kitchen then.
And then
I'm in kitchen.
I'm decapping.
I'm in
Watching
kitchen
B
right now.
cross then.
Heard you.
I'm in the back, guys.
I'm leaving kitchen.
Two going kitchen, two going B.
Heard you.
One more
I killed
kitchen,
one.
two more kitchen.
Yeah,
I have kitchen.
I have B. I have B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
am I right?
They're gonna come middle.
Yeah, connector. He's going through double arches.
All right, there you have it. One thing that I heard missing was usernames. I did not hear usernames. You got to call names as well. Got to say, hey, Cells, stairs. Hey, Freaky is bottom restaurant. Whatever. You got to throw the name on there too, so you get that confirmation when you get that kill. Millennium 7 fallen through here. Final Form catching some more dubs. B tick's gone. A's gone. Millennium 7. What do you think on that listen?
I liked what I heard. It sounded a little frantic, but other than that, I mean, look at our lives remaining. However, look at the time as well, working towards Final Form. The tick's not working towards Millennium 7's favor, other than the lives right now. But it looks like Cells is going to elect to hop onto this, and these guys are going to be looking over him. But I liked what I heard so far from the listening, and as we say that, 3 down, make it 4 down for the side. Final Form only having 5 lives remaining here to Millennium 7's 13. And look at the spawns. They are spawning deep now. No respawns remaining now for the side of Final Form, so You got one good chance, maybe two, if you're able to get 2 or 3 down. But if you're final form, you got to go now.
Yeah, they're all together, though. I can see him taking it. Careless is the one that had to get taken out, and he did. Look at a top on it, but Bishy catches the kill. Down to 3 as they go through it. And, you know, Millennium 7 needs to win this, but it's not happening easy. Why is this not easy? Half a tick left. B is working it through. Millennium 7 squeezes that round in. But they have to do that 2 more times, and hopefully it doesn't come down to that close again. Millennium 7 got to keep this going.
Yeah, phenomenal hold there at the end for the side of Millennium 7. They did a great job. Like we talked about, they did have the lives working, though, towards their favor. Same with the clock. The only thing that I was concerned about was them being able to hold if they had a phenomenal push from the side of Final Form. Like you said, if it comes down to another defense for the side of Millennium 7, we may end up seeing this go towards Final Form and see Final Form go up 2-1, but sides flip now. Millennium 7 on the offensive. Look like they're going to be working towards a split push here, or maybe they're going towards A. They're going to go towards A here, and look at the minimap. No players towards this side of A. This is going to be free 99, as you said before, Chef. This is exactly what you want to see. They're cooking it up now in the lobby.
Yeah, Freaky, though, popped the Deddy. He has his man Marskis on his side as they try to get in here. No, it's just down to 1 to try and split up. It's hard to get these booths. But, yeah, there we go. Spit able to take care of it, and it's just going to be a B game. I think no one's running the route. Bishy trying to be the rotation guy, open up the doors, see what they can get done over on B. I'd like to see someone up top apartment. I don't see anyone up there getting that map control. But Millennium 7 is in this corner. I think they have some good positioning to get the spawn set where they need to. They just have to work on killing these Millennium 7s and getting that respawns worked down.
No seating available over at the side of A. Millennium 7 were able to cap that quickly, and now, as you said, trying to get over to this B side. Top apartments would be phenomenal here to get control of, but right now it seems like not even having that is working out for them right now. You see those white arrows now starting to push up into the red spawn, and this is exactly what they need to be doing right now. But as we say, that trade's going down, stacking now onto the point. Number 7 gets the close spawn. They're going to start capping this here, and Final Form is going to have a tough issue here in a second now that they know that there's a player coming from middle map, and they're locking that down.
Yeah, but no one from Millennium 7 pushed past. They did win it there, but I would have liked to seen them push past it and get the spawns away from the point. Because one thing about that B site is that the defending team, they can just spawn right on top of it, and all they have to do is jump the doorway over and over and over, and then, they got it. They were able to win it there just with some great gun skills keeping them back. But you can't hold that for too long. But luckily, B was already partially captured, so they were going to get it nice and quick. But we're down to a round 5. It's all the way to the end. It's a pretty long series. S&D was 1 round off of 11. We're all the way on control. Evenly matched teams. That's what we like to see.
Told you at the start of the broadcast this was going to be a heavy-hitting series. And so far, it has not disappointed, and we have not lied to you up to this point. Round 5, here we go. Getting right into it. Nothing as of yet, but that is going to change here in just a second. Freaky's going to get 1. He knows Spider's here, jumps in front of his screen. Bam, free easy kill for him. Takes it 2, and so far, no movement yet for the side of Millennium 7 towards a point that they're wanting to go towards. And Chef, I don't know what I'm seeing here.
Everyone's split. I think they're just trying to get a read. Final Form, some amazing defense, split 2 and 2. They don't know which spot they're really pushing towards. Millennium 7's not really pushing towards any all-in. But A is getting freed up. Diff does not want to just give it away. He wants to get in there. This is round 5. There is no other control ever again. This is going to be it. But these booths are so hard. If you got a snaker, he's going to get you. That's for sure. Spitta, though, able to take control of it with Bishy. It's ticking away. That's 2 gone. Diff doesn't want to give it up too easy, but I think he's just going to catch them off of a rotation. And they're all going to go through their spawn and not really have any map advantage going into this B site.
Yeah, we're already starting to see Final Form pushing up a little bit in the Millennium 7 space here. But not that it even matters, because you've got Careless jumping around the corner carelessly. Pun intended that time. as I said it before, these guys are right now playing to their game. They're playing how they want to, and Final Form not wanting any piece of it right now. Mars Keys, 24-17 on the side. Bishy, we have not talked about him at all this map. 31-20. He's on a 5 spree right now, working on that cruise. Hope we can switch over to his POV here in a second, see if he's able to get that cruise. And as I say that, he is able to get that cruise. So now that is in his back pocket, he's still frying in the middle of this hotel lobby. And now Millennium 7 is going to be able to get onto this point, but a team kill comes in, and look at the spawns now. They're spawning super deep out, but it doesn't matter. They're still getting the kills on B. They're still getting the point. 1 man left in diff. He is going to fall, and that may just be it. The spawn's still coming in.
He's not on it.
Side of Millennium 7, he's not on it, though. You're right, Chef. What is he doing? What was he thinking there?
He was thinking that the rest of his team wasn't there. I think he was just playing his life. If he was on the point, he would have gotten taken out. But look, the rest of Millennium 7 was able to get up there, but Final Form was able to get in there as well. But that's a full team wipe. B is going to get secured. That's it. Millennium 7 takes it 3-2. That's 2 games in a row now to Final Form to answer it back in this next hardpoint. Final Form is undefeated in hardpoint still, but they only got it by 2 points. Who knows? What do you think here?
35-22. That is your heavy hitter right there. That is who you needed to pop off after being down 2-1 in the control. Coming back, and he was able to get that cruise. He was still frying in the hotel lobby with pressure in his face, while his teammates were still getting those close spawns and hopping onto that point. Phenomenal work there out of the side of Millennium 7, maintaining that undefeated record here on control for the entire season of K7. I'm hoping we get another hard point like we did, because wow, what a way to build off that. It has been super close. A 2-point hard point game, Chef.
Yeah.
2-round S&D.
Oh yeah.
1 round control.
Yeah, that last round though was pretty one-sided though. I feel like Millennium 7 had that one pretty well executed. They started a bit rough. It kind of started like a search and destroy game for some reason. Like everyone's like, oh wait, yeah, we can respawn. That's right. And once that, like, I feel like once that mindset changed, then it kind of went off. Millennium 7's like, all right, let's all get restaurant. And then they all, swamped over to B. And they're like, all right, you get up top, I'll get down low. Full control. No one was up in the apartment. Got a man up there. Played their lives very well on the respawns. I would have liked to see the spawns get pushed back a little bit. There was one instance where they were able to get that tick on B with that pushback on spawn, and Final Form wasn't able to refill in quick enough. And, another team wipe away. They all spawned up on A, and it just wasn't going to happen. And Millennium 7 takes it. We're off to, that's right, Hotel again to seal the deal of who the king of Hotel is here. And so far, it's Millennium 7. Final Form, what do you think they need to bring to this final round at Hotel?
They need to do the exact same thing they did in the hard point, and that was shut down careless and risky slaying power that they brought. But to be honest with you, neither team was really outslaying either team in that first hard point. It was being out-rotated. The key here for this hard point is going to be out-rotating your opponent. Obviously, that is what ends up winning the game, is obviously getting more points. But the rotations and the spawns are heavily influenced in this game to have a better chance at winning it than it has in previous titles that we've seen, like in Vanguard or even with Cold War as well, when there weren't squad spawns and the spawns, sort of made sense. But I digress.
Yeah, control the spawns the best you can, obviously. Get them rotations in. There's really not much either team can improve, I feel like, off that last hard point. They just had it. It's a different map, so they need different strats. They need guys in different spots. We had listen-ins to both teams. They're both pretty sporadic, but still have control over the overall objective, I feel. The Final Form just has to bounce back off of this Hotel map and try to get to map 5, because Millennium 7, they're on a streak. They're on that 2-round streak. They're feeling hot going in this, and the players are ready. I'm ready. What are you ready to see here, my friend?
I'm ready to see a game 5. Give me Final Form taking both of these hard points to send us to a game 5, to send us over to Mercado. If I'm on the side of Final Form, I'm forgetting about that last game. Hey guys, I know we were up 2-1. We kind of blew that, but you know what? It's okay because we're back here on Hotel again. And this is where we're going to see Final Form continue to do what they were doing in that first hard point. And that is stop the slaying power on the side of Millennium 7. And I hope to see them try to stop that man Bishy dropping nearly 40 kills last game in that control. That is insane. So let's just hop right into it.
This whole series honestly could have been over too already for how close that first hard point was. If it was 2 points the other way, that would have been it. Millennium 7 would have had it. So let's see Final Form take it again, hopefully more than 2 points ahead and get that game 5. Everyone loves to see it, but Spittle, oh my gosh, 2 from behind, gonna get taken out. Final Form with a nice start, 30 seconds. You know, at this point in the middle, it's a tough one to take. It's all on positioning yourself for the P2.
Yeah, it's very hectic here first off to start in P1. Final Form having that initial spawn. They have the favorable side of it, so of course it makes sense that they're going to jump out early enough to get those points. But look at the mini-map now. Number 2 already rotated towards the next hill. They have the favorable side for it, but number 7, sneaky Cells. I don't think Risky saw him. He's not going to know that he's here. Cells is going to check that, though, in a second. Maybe not. He is going to wait for this player to peek him. And now we're going to see a close spawn now for the side of Final Form, but that may not even matter as they are all dead. Bishy doing it all for himself and trying to get Millennium back into this game.
Final Form, all 4 of them spawned back there somehow because no one from Millennium 7 went out into the road. That just opens it up for the algorithm to put them back there. But finally, someone does get out there, catches some spawns for Millennium 7, and Final Form has to work through the tough side. But their gun skills just overcome it. Now, look at that. Look at that on the far right. Final Form, again, gets those spawns. Again, they're still spawning there with Millennium 7 having control, but the rotations are coming through. Now you kind of want them over there, but Cells is ready in the kitchen. Risky with Careless, trying to see who the chef is around here. The door getting peeked. He knows he's in there. Some shots coming down. I don't know if he's looking for the toes or if he's looking to just get in there. Getting some hits through. Wow, Risky. I think that was the first time he ever learned he could shoot through that. Because he was like, wow, I'm still getting hit markers. I'm going to keep going. He took it. Final Form does get taken off, though. Risky is absolutely insane out there. Marsky's now trying to hold it down for his team. Freaky looking for some action as well. A little 50-50 shot. Could go either way. Risky is nuts on a 4 streak in there. No time on the hill, it's saying.
Phenomenal start for the side of Millennium 7. Final Form lacking a little bit in the slaying department, but as you can see, the score is still within about 25 now, even though you have Mars Keys going 3 and 8, Cells 4 and 7. They're coming off a great control. Mars slowing down a little bit here, but Bishy picking right back up where he left off on that control. But right now, we're seeing Final Form take control of this map right now. They have the favorable side that they want. They're working the map the way that they want, and they're making Millennium 7 play to their game.
Yeah, Final Form 2 on the point. Millennium 7 trying to get in there right now. I love the teamwork of the push. No one's working the flank, but that is all white in the kill feed. They just got the gunny. Cells the last one in there. He's getting taken out. They have the spawns, but it's all Millennium 7 right now. 30 seconds left on the point. It's looking like they're going to get all 30. They're already in the lead. Triple-digit score for the team already. See them already working away from the point as well. Millennium 7 has great map knowledge, map control on here. Now, we've seen that the last 2 times on Hotel. Whoever picked these maps, I feel like someone should have swapped out one of these hotels because it's looking all Millennium 7.
Yeah, it's working in Millennium 7's favor right now, but not up until this hard point here. A full 60 would put Final Form slightly into the lead here, just by a little bit. Hopefully this is where we start to see a turnaround here as you see the kill feed all red for the side of Final Form. This is exactly what you want to be cooking up right now. Although dinner is served right now, Final Form is still looking to serve this W here to force a game 5. And as we say that, 3 dead for the side of Final Form, and those spawns now working towards both teams right now. Both teams having a favorable side for this Hill Chef.
Yeah, it's looking like another clash. It's 3v3 on the site. We got Risky. Oh, wow. All of Millennium 7 died there. Risky's trying to be the route man here, getting into the next spot. Final Form, some points on the board. They got quite a nice chunk out of that one. Careless fighting for not much time for some reason. I think they're just pushing through as a spot to rotate around. This apartment one, this is a tough point. It can be flipped around very easily. A lot of flank routes can get run on it. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, get these ARs up into these power positions. But right now, I really want to see Final Form bounce back. So, Chef, if you don't mind, I'd like to hop into a listen-in with Final Form.
Let's cook it up.
Side door and patio, side door and patio.
Top bed, Risky.
I spawn mid.
2-2, yep. Low beds, and yeah, okay. Last guy's backstairs is hurt.
Top bed, but laying down front side bed.
Backstairs weak. Name backstairs.
I'm just gonna be.
Top
I'm blocking small spawns.
Side door. Going backstairs and side door.
I'm holding right side P4.
I can grab a niche.
IP5.
They should be spawning kitchen. They could already be through.
I don't see anything out kitchen at all, bro.
Bricks and patio. Bricks going like just holding bricks sec.
It's hurt. On time.
Bishy.
You want my eldest?
One's double.
Okay.
I think he went bricks. I don't know where he went.
You might have gone time.
Behind you, Zach.
He's in double arch now. Double.
Double.
Done. Oh my god. One more on me.
Top cat.
There's one shot. Close than you, Spider. Nice,
Oh,
good
that's
shit.
you. My bad.
I'll get your couches.
Restaurant.
Weak restaurant right now, Freaky. He's looking to go. It's you,
I'm fucking
connector.
dead. Oh my god, I got one. There's one more.
One more time.
Con. Using con.
Yeah, he's still con. He went wine.
He's dead.
Two there. Both. One with their stun. Laying down middle con.
That's big
Laying down
time.
middle
Big
con. You
time.
right
Big
here on
time.
him.
Nice, big time. Let's start hitting through right.
Behind me, God heady. Pitching out.
Heard you. Dead.
They're gonna be here, Bishy.
Let's start hitting through
Yeah,
right.
they're
Go to the right. Whoever's
Go
left
time,
is
go
slow.
time.
I'm in the back right
Connector.
now.
And single arch. He's gonna be your single desk.
I'm just holding.
There's
Well,
in
two in
you,
time,
one
two in
shot.
time.
I got one. There's one more close broken side.
Close shooting,
Laying down,
close
close
sh-
broken.
It's close Shandy of New Time.
In
That's my
time.
kitchen.
We're spawning beds. I spawn beds.
One more Shandy. The spawn Shandy.
Yeah, two on the.
All right, coming out of those listening, really like what I heard out of both sides of the teams, and Final Form still making this game interesting, bringing it closer than what it was before we went into those listening. Jeff, I'll be honest with you, both teams now, it's getting late into the game. The comms are getting a little bit frantic, frantic. That's a new word that I just came up with right there in front of you. And right now, we're still seeing that lead transpire towards the side of Millennium 7. Final Form doing all they can right now to try to fall back into this game. But right now, with the hill time and the spawns going towards Millennium 7, nothing that Final Form can do right now is going right for them. They are rotated already to this 3 here, back to kitchen. Have one player here to deal with. See what they can do.
All right, I didn't get any of that listening because Discord was doing its stuff. But I am back. So talk to me again here. How was that listening?
Like I was just telling the audience, I loved what I heard from the listening. Both teams starting to get a little bit fast, but they were remaining calm with their comms throughout the entirety. It was getting a little frantic and hectic at the same time, but guys still maintaining what they need to do right now. The kill feed looking red, the time going towards Final Form. 44 points separate these two teams. This is going to go down to the wire, Chef.
Yeah, Millennium 7 has the head start. Looks like they're surrounding this point. It leaves just Freaky on there, and he's doing it. He's doing it. Wow, what an insane showing here. Freaky putting those points on his team, held it off just enough. But look at these rotations. Number 4, Careless, coming in pretty late. Yeah, just going to get easily picked off without the rest of his team on his back. I like that Risky was picking up the scrap for his team, but, you know, it's just way too close. You need all your players over there. Look at that amazing double coming in. But we got Careless. Somehow ended up right behind all the players. Wait for his move. Do you wait for your teammates or do you just go for it? It's looking like Risky was able to take it. He jumps onto the point. This is where it can get turned around. Final Form, though, it's just spawning right there. They have to push up.
He ran out of ammo right in the middle of that gunfight. I don't think Careless was ready for that. This is going to go the distance here. Just a single second of contesting coming in from Final Form can push this to another hard point. And now they're going to be able to do it now. Final Form obviously cannot win off of this hard point. They need to go to next. As you see that they are working towards that. The spawns are coming in for them. They are spawning at new. This is what you want to see. Freaky gets careless.
Right on it.
That is going to force him to spawn out. Look at him. Still spawning close, though. They have the time. 10 seconds left for Millennium to win this game. Final Form needs to play perfect Call of Duty from here, Chef.
Yeah, this is the hottest the kitchen has ever been on this map.
It's
the
heating
fire
up, Jeff.
is everywhere. I mean, you just run in and Final Form is what you're going to be seeing all red. Risky, Careless, trying to work their way in, but Final Form has it locked down. They are starting to get picked off, though, with that double from Risky. They're trying to get into this site. 10, 9, 8. It is running down. Final Form has to make something happen here with Diff and Cells. Cells falling down. Diff falling down. It's looking like Millennium 7's going to take it. There it is.
Game, set, match, series over. Millennium 7 pulling it out here. And I'll be honest, Chef, it looked great for the side of Final Form.
It did.
Final Form looked like they were going to do that, and they were going to be able to keep that hard point record going, but 36 kills is just not enough from Diff. The time really coming in for the side of Careless, for Millennium 7. Careless with almost 2 minutes by himself in the hill. It looked great up until that rotation towards the end. But I think a very mid to just slow start overall for the side of Final Form did not do them any favors. You know, they weren't getting those kills early on. They weren't getting the spawns that they needed to. Nothing was going right for them because it just felt like no matter what they did, Millennium 7 was constantly behind them.
Yeah, Millennium 7, amazing job coming out that, you know, Hotel was their map. Final Form, they had something there in the end, but Millennium 7's teamwork just got it through. The kitchen felt like it was all Final Form, but, you know, Nickelin and Diamond when you're just so close. And Final Form needed a full 60 once that heat really started turning up for him. And, you know, just 10 less points away, it's just math. You know, you're going to get it if you catch a couple points every few seconds. Hotel, undisputed. Millennium 7, they know what is cooking, right? They got that whole thing locked down. They know every angle. They know every strat, every position. You know, great job. But Final Form, they were right there. I didn't see a weak team tonight at all. I didn't see a weak player. I seen two amazing, strong titans of a team going at it. But, you know, we're going to see Millennium 7 moving on to the cup round. And I feel like they definitely earned it tonight with some amazing gameplay here on just Hotel.
Yeah, flawless sweep coming out from Millennium 7 on Hotel. And I'm not going to lie, that spawned towards the end of the game. I'm not sure if you caught that at the end.
It was right on it. Yeah, it was right on it.
Players, yeah, from Final Form right there in the hill, and that Millennium 7 player spawning literally right outside of the point, setting up a great pinch for them to break it. It really just didn't make a whole lot of sense, but, you know, that's this game for us. And to kind of bounce off what you were saying, there really was not a weak team here tonight. I think it just came off of which team was going to be able to pick up and go against the small, and I mean very small mistakes that the team were making. We saw in the initial hard point, both teams not really making a whole lot of mistake, except just a few minor ones that were really game-changing and ended up losing the control of the hill, or they lost rotations off of, you know, gunfights that they should have won, that they had the numbers for. And same thing going into the S&D. We saw a great S&D out of each team. I'm surprised we didn't see a round 11 like I was asking for, but it's okay. We saw a great control from both teams, especially from the side of Millennium 7, coming back from that 2-1 deficit. And there really wasn't a loser tonight, but clear, definite winner of this series is Millennium 7. And like you said, moving on to winners finals.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to see that last game on Mercado, but it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. Hotel is where it all happened tonight, and it could have ended sooner if it wasn't 250, 248. But I do like that Final Form was able to get a tick on the board, because they definitely earned it. I did not want to show 3-0 on the stat line, because Final Form was in it every single round. They had a chance at taking the map, but they just were a little bit off of it. And honestly, the little bit off, I feel, is just random chances. You know, wherever the game threw the spawn, wherever it just, I mean, that's really most of it, honestly, is just wherever the game threw the spawn. And you know, whatever gun shot first, whatever bullet landed first, because I didn't see any really bad shots. I seen all accurate players tonight. And when it comes down to those random elements being why you lost, that's really a win for both teams. And there's a reason both of them got up to here. Like you said, throwing those stats out, we got 5 of the 8 of best players in KDs, and we've seen that for sure. Seen some doubles, some triples. We've seen some 7 streaks dropping tonight. I just love it. I loved what I seen.
Overall, a great series. I really don't feel like, other than a Game 5, obviously, as I have said numerous times throughout tonight, a Game 5 I feel like just would have been the little nice icing cherry on top here of the series. But all in all, nothing else you really could have asked for.
Yeah, I'd say that's it for tonight then. We're going to go into our finals match for our next one. So make sure you are following the channel. We got a Twitter, and it's pretty active. We got some nice social media members of our team out there posting up. So be sure to hit us up on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, McCarthy, where can they find you at?
They can find me at this right here where my big head is here, at McCarthy. I hope to see you guys continue to show out and support the streams for K7, because if you're not, you're missing phenomenal Call of Duty action like what Chef and I just cooked up for you guys. So make sure you guys have notifications turned on. You guys are following to continue to see more banger action here.
100%. McCarthy, that was my first time casting with you ever, man. And I got to say, quality work, my friend. Quality work. Like, there's no other way to do it at K7. That's just how we cook it up here. But I think we're finished up here for the night. So thank you all for watching. McCarthy, thank you for coming on with us as well. Been the Gaming Chef. Check me out, _Gaming Chef right there underneath me. But we will catch you all in the next one. Y'all have yourselves a great night.
I'm too exhausted, I needed the energy, needed to pick me up. I'm in your movie, but this is my cinema. I got the power, I'm built to devour anyone coming against me at tower. I don't care for the pressure. Some of y'all leaving here in the stretcher. Took my time to go and get better. I was reading in the red letters. Ay, hit me with your best shot. I got time today. Feeling like a matador with that Red Bull. Oh no, you can't stop me. I'm running my own play.
Definitely gonna be handshaking 6.
From Impulsive is now appearing going to be the play.
Last one alive now for Team Final Strike. You back out to middle map. And setting up positioning for this P2. Templar has to play for those rotational spawns. Rated game.
But we're going to be opening it up with Hero, the man.
Important, and we already see those purple.
Energy.